has never been this bad to see a people preparing for election and they are leaving you with the thought and idea that they are going to rig the election. It has never been this bad. It has never been this terrible that a people preparing for elections, nobody, 90% of people supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu are supporting him, and they are confident that he will retain his seat as president of Nigeria in 2027, not because he has developed the country, not because he has put in effort, not because he has shown any form of leadership commitment in any regard. It's because he has the capability or capacity to rig his way to power. And Nigerians will prove to a man like that and the people like that that you cannot take the mass of the people for a ride. Nigerians will deal with Bola Ahmed Tinubu and deal with his followers that believes are rigging their way to power, to retaining power, rather than developing, growing, investing in critical infrastructures in the country and making Nigeria habitable for people to live first would have been the priority of this government, but he chose to do the direct opposite. And guess what? Let me tell you, the greatest wrongdoing in your Bola Ahmed Tinubu would be that he prioritized propaganda, deception and lies over growth and development of this country and investing in very critical sector, especially in the human capital. Forget all these dramas you are seeing, all of this nonsense. It has never been this bad. You were watching the clip of the inauguration or the commissioning of, I like to call it inauguration because I don't know what they went to do, of the 30-kilometer disjointed road that they said they commissioned in Lagos, the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. You heard the city president telling the deputy governor, because the governor was not on seat, that they will no longer allow approvals for estates and islands anywhere. That is the city president detonating the power. If you go and read the Land Use Act, it's an act of this country. It empowers city governors and city government to own the land of the country. When a city president thinks that, of course, he owns Lagos, Lagos is in the pocket, anything he likes. But let's get into the real deal. The three reasons why Bola Ahmed Tinubu won or was declared to have won 2023 elections. The three reasons. Number one is that Nigerians believed in Inec and the electoral process. A lot of things led to that, give rise to that credence. Political actors, the Electoral Act, commentaries, and people just believed that there was going to be something in the offering, and Nigerians believed in the electoral process and removed their eyes from any form of counterattack that was supposed to happen. Secondly, Nigerians were told or were made to believe that the city president then, the current president, the then president Muhammadu Buhari, never wanted to give power to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that gave some person some level of confidence. So if the president did not want to give Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it means that there were so many things in the offering and a lot of things were going to happen. And of course, that's why all of the Naira redesign issues came. Thirdly, we undermined the capability and the ability of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to rig his way to power from the sidelines. Nigerians disrespected him and thought he would not be able to do it, owing to the fact that he wasn't in power. But fortunately, he has shown himself. Now, the consequences of those three things I just mentioned, that Nigerians now believe and understand who Bola Ahmed Tinubu is. And that's why his people, they are not waiting to do election. They are boasting that they have written results and there's nothing you are going to do about that. It has never been this bad that a people that are campaigning for a president will say that it is anyhow, any means by means they'll get there, irrespective of whatever you think. Whether or not they put in effort to grow these people, to develop the society, it doesn't concern them. As long as they're in power, they will do what they did in 2023, and that's why they are not giving support to the Electoral Act reform or the electoral reforms that is being propagated. Two, of course, Nigerians now realize that all of the dramas of waiting for elections to end are going to call no longer work. In 2027, we will settle the electoral issues in the election day. Anybody that dares to read, that dares to manipulate will be given his own. Everybody will collect. In 2023, if you dare want to, we will not transfer it. We will not wait for Inec. We will not wait for the court. The idea of waiting for Inec to do the needful, to do the arrangement, see the wrong from the right, it has stopped. Nigeria.
Well, one thing I know is that it's not everybody that will be so weakened or will be so weak to the level that they will not be able to talk. Some people, any little thing, they are just fed up. That, you know what, just try to transfer the responsibility to God. But some people will still stand. They have the audacity, and that is why it is always difficult that when you think that you want to capture everybody into one basket, some people still want to come out, and that's why you see pockets of people who are still talking, because ordinarily when you look at the things, look round and see the way these politicians are behaving, they always behave, and that is when you hear about the power of incumbency. Yes, the power of incumbency, that say, oh yes, they will do whatever they want to do. That's why people are saying that everybody is not like Jonathan. And the Jonathan himself, where he was being harassed and intimidated, the harassment and intimidation came from outside the country, not even only in Nigeria. Maybe he would have done worse, but he just felt that there was no point for him to start fighting anything. Though some people said he was not prepared for governance. So if he had agreed to go in that line, that these people that were they are there now, they have learned that if you try to be civil, if you try to be gentle, that you will not get what you want to get. You will not even enjoy what you're supposed to enjoy. Other people will come and do that thing that is bad that you don't want to do. Other people will do it. I heard a woman saying that she was one of the people conducting the election or overseeing the election that took place one time, and they came to her and they gave her money that she refused, but right there in her presence they gave somebody money, and the person took it and the person did what she never wanted to do. And you begin to look yourself as, okay, am I just being gullible? Am I just being foolish not to have accepted the money? I didn't accept the money, the person has accepted the money, and yet what she was trying to avoid, somebody else did it. So that is exactly what these politicians are doing. That, oh, I don't want to be a good person. If I be a good person, I will not. Somebody else will come and do worst part of it, worst of all, and they will be enjoying. They see it as enjoyment. So the boldness this Tinubu is having and his cohort, people have been saying that they want to turn the country to one party system. We thought that that is the opposition statement. They always like to justify what is not because they are oppositions. But now we can see it clearly. And that is why it is not good to take things for granted, whether it is true or not. Just take actions. If it is not true, where it will just slide. But if it is true, you quickly attack the situation on set. If not, it will degenerate to what you never expected, and because you have taken it for granted. Like this guy talking now that oh, people are asking why does he have the boldness? It's not everybody that have the boldness, and you begin to wonder: is he the same Nigerians, or is he the only one that is going to withstand all these people saying that this will not happen, this will happen, this will not happen? You think it's only him that will be able to do that? That is these same Nigerians that you see that any little thing they've already given up, that would like to stand, because the situation that they have put everybody is just to make sure that you are weak and you not be able to do anything. The next thing you just give up. Please, let them go and do what they want to do. It is very impossible to bring him out of power, to bring Tinubu out of power, because when he was not the president, he find his way there, not to talk of now that he's the president. Anything can happen anyway. Tinubu is a disaster. Only God can take him out of power, unless there is a electoral reform making it mandatory that Inec transmit votes electronically through beavers. Tinubu will rig again and nothing will happen. Una go vote for una region, not in Lagos. You see there? This is the statement of a tout. Lagos is Nigeria, and every Nigerian citizen has the right to vote anywhere you are, as long as you are registered and you have the voting right. Of course, you know what happened in that is what is obtainable. You know what happened during the governorship election? You saw the nonsense they did, and now they are telling us that somebody won. We saw it korokoro, and everybody has moved on. So they will repeat the same thing. It's not as if you don't have the right to vote, but they will bring out that if you're not voting for APC, forget about it. And they will be more brutal than they were in 2023. But what is the needful things that Tinubu has not done? The man is trying his best, even if Peter Obi became Nigeria. Who is talking about Peter Obi? You see the useless talk. So if you want to do reforms, the people must suffer, and you don't even know it does not have end. Now wow, Tinubu is a terrible human being who just wants to enshrine himself as a president in the history of Nigeria. Nothing else, nothing more. He will still rig the election because he believes Nigerians are docile people. Tinubu still the best president in Nigeria so far. I don't even listen to propagandist people. Okay, propaganda. This he's a lie. He's the best. Hmm. Okay, the man is the most corrupt and terrible president ever in the history of Nigeria. The worst regime in Africa. Dubious character. And that's what somebody is hailing him for. Now, what for them? Now, wow.